Hey! What's up, guys? Welcome in. Noodle? Nah, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were abandoning us. The parking lot is gonna be so lonely without you. Hey, look at that. And for the early bird and for the first. Look at that. And hey! I gotta get this right. Hey, look at that. Look whose icon that is. Oh, that's so great. I love that. I don't remember you telling me. I mean, granted I could have forgot. But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But we're gonna start off. I quite haven't heard from Likefall yet. And I'm hoping to let them go first in case they have work early in the morning. Because I know you, Hippo. I know you work later in the evening, so you have plenty of time to get sleep if you go second. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try something new. I've done this a couple times last week for some test runs, but we're gonna try this here. This is something I plan on doing like once a month when we don't have our sessions, because these sessions are these D&D sessions are only gonna be 2 weeks every month, so maybe 3, but typically 2 on, 2 off. So for one of those days, I'm planning on doing something like this. Here's what I've got planned. We have 5 packs of Magic the Gathering cards. And if you don't know Magic the Gathering, don't worry. You don't have to. You do not have to understand anything about Magic the Gathering. As long as you kinda understand Dungeons and Dragons, you're good. One moment, I am missing a mobile device. Be right back. That is very important to keep track of stuff with. Oh, and now I'm dropping things. Oh boy. Remember, kitties, always keep your desk uncluttered. Yep, we have packs. We have packs. And the whole concept here, right? The whole concept of this is we make a Dungeons and Dragons adventure out of 5 packs, right? Maybe fewer, depending on, because each pack is 15 cards. That is 45 cards that we have available to us. That doesn't mean we're going to use every single card, but little bit of backstory on this. And I'll read it out for anyone who can't read that, if I can get it on screen. Over a millennium has passed since we last visited Kamigawa. Cutting-edge mortal technology complements and threatens the ancient spirits that still roam the plane. Call upon crafty ninjas, tell incredible sagas that spring to life, and reconfigure your creatures into powerful weapons. This is both Kamigawa and magic like you've never seen them before. So, this seems like a mix of a mix of spirits and technology kind of deal. Right? 60? Did I say something different? Did I say 45? I might have said 45. No? 75. 15 times 5. 75, right? I'm usually pretty good at math, because 15 times 4 is 60, but we have 5 packs, so that's 75. But with further ado, let's get started. If I can get this opened up. They started putting these plastic sleeves around the pack. And I'm not sure what they intend to achieve with it, but they have added a level of challenge to opening Magic the Gathering cards. There we are. Maybe this tool will work. Hey! That worked a charm. Oop, get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and stack these. So, this adventure, I have not opened any of these before. So, this adventure, on just reading the description, seems like it is going to be some kind of mix of technology and let's get rid of that. Some mix of technology and spirits. How we plan to interpret that, well, we'll just have to see, won't we? Let's go ahead and get all the packs out. There we go. Oh, I should have maybe cracked these open first. I am slightly trying to bide time for Miss Dragoon Spartan. Or I guess it'd be Mrs., right? Hey! We talking at Dragoon, or are we talking at Miss Dragoon? I don't know if you all share Twitch, as well as Discord. I just realized I had myself deafened on Discord. She won't be joining tonight. There was an accident with our dog, but her mind isn't in it tonight. Oh no. Oh no. So, whoop, I did not mean to open that just yet. So, okay, then I had to ask, Noodle, you still there? Okay, so one of two things can happen. If she is okay with you filling in for her, and she can go back and rewatch when she's feeling better, I'm more than willing to allow that to happen. But if not, maybe Noodle can take their turn tonight, because Mr. Levi has a voice issue right now. Hey! Hippo, thank you so much for the gift! Thank you so much for the gift sub! Dragoon, make sure to thank Hippo for that. And also, Dragoon, that is our first gift sub! Our very first gift sub! Heck yeah! But we will give Noodle just a little bit of time to see if he is available. And if not, Dragoon, we will then ask if Miss Dragoon is willing to let you sub. If not, I did build in that buffer week. We can absolutely use up that buffer week. So it's not too big of an issue. Not too big of an issue. But let's get started with this. We've got one opened. You know what? Let's go and open all of them and get the cards laid out face down. And we're gonna see what kind of adventure we're gonna make. I've got a mess to clean up after all this. Okay, let's see what we got. Enchantment creature dog. When spirited companion... Oh, that's a little low, ain't it? Here's the artwork for that. When spirited companion enters the battlefield, draw a card. So, spirit. Some kind of spirit. Okay. Kindled Fury. Kindled Fury. Target creature gets +1/+0, gains first strike until end of turn. So some kind of magic spell, right? But there's flavor on these. The only thing better than hitting hard is hitting first. Ooh, that could absolutely be a mentality for an NPC. Let's read the flavor on this. She formed a friendship with several playful spirits, and soon the pack was known as a source of much mischief. Aw, look at that cute doggo. Cute little doggo. Alright. Armsguard Familiar, another artifact creature. Has Ward 2. Whenever this permanent becomes the target of a spell or ability and upon controls, counter it unless it pays 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has Ward 2. Reconfigure. Either attach to a target creature you control or unattach it. Reconfigure only as a sorcery. While attached, it's not a creature. So, okay. This definitely appears to be some kind of magitech. Right? Some kind of magitech. So here we have spirits. Here we have magitech. The dragonfly suit. It's a vehicle. So, technology. Cutting edge Imperial Sentinel mechs patrol the skies over Iganjo. So, I'm already feeling some kind of spirits versus technology thing going on. Almost kind of a old way versus new way. History versus progression kind of deal. Kami's Flare deals damage. Also deals damage to the permanent's controller if you control a modified creature. The flames are a gift from my companion. They won't hurt me. You, on the other hand. So, this has... Interesting. So we have 2 spells here. And the flavor for this one is it comes from the familiar. So far... Or, sorry, not the familiar, the companion. So... I'm already leaning towards that being a mech thing. You are already dead. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. The flavor is so swift and sharp was his blade that the ogre never even felt the cut. Interesting. Okay. Another instant. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain life. The lore is to keep the reality chip out of Ben Gitaxia's hands. The Wanderer entrusted it to Tamayo. Interesting. So here we have some kind of plotting already, right? To keep technology out of the hands of those who would either use it or misuse it. So we got that right there. Moon Snare Specialist. Human Ninja. Ninjutsu. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. When Moonspare Specialist enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand. So, a ninja that uses the moon. Interesting. some kind of trainee, a human samurai. Ooh, so we have ninjas versus samurai. We have spirits versus technology. The Order of Jakai accepts only the strongest of body and spirit. I will train until I meet their expectations. Interesting. So we have either cybernetic samurai or cybernetic ninjas, and either spiritual ninjas or spiritual samurai. One of the two. What is this? As this sage enters the fall of Lord Konda, some kind of enchantment. So, ooh, that could be history right there. Boom, history. So this could give us explanations as to why this whole event set off. And this is what I was saying, guys, when you don't need to know Magic the Gathering. We're using almost no Magic the Gathering mechanics, other than what we read and thinking about how that would translate, right? Into interesting D&D mechanics or story. Story Week. It's an instant. Put 2 counters on target creature you control, or put 2 lore counters on target saga you control. The next time 1 or more enchantment creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, each enters with 2 additional +1/+1s. Okay, so this directly mentions enchantment creatures and sagas. So I am putting sagas in tune with the spirits. These go over here. Dragon Spark Reactor. Well, interesting. Whenever Dragon Spark Reactor or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on it. Sacrifice Dragon Spark Reactor. It deals damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to target player, and that much damage to up to 1 target creature. Interesting. So here's the question: is this reactor here? Let me show you the art. Is that reactor, quote unquote reactor, is that a spirit creature? And like its skull, or is that something they made? I'm tempted to say that's spirit creature. And it's maybe the spirit of a creature that directly yeah, that's what I'm saying. That directly opposes the progression of technology. So every time an artifact, every time an artifact or piece of technology enters the field, whatever, it gets angrier. Yeah. Replication Specialist. A Moonfolk Artificer. So we already have the Moon Spare Specialist. So I'm tempted to put that in with that one. Step 1 is innovation. Step 2 is production. Sometimes step 1 is optional. Okay. So the Moonfolk, the Moon Snares are technology based. So, so we have the ninjas using technology, and the samurai following through with the old way. Interesting. Oh, we have a legendary creature here, guys. Legendary creature. Look at that. First strike, whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, untap it. If it is the first combat phase of the turn, there's additional combat phase after this phase. The Tempest is the only ally I need. So, just a legendary samurai. Hey, good birth, welcome in. Ooh, looky here. The Bloodfell Caves. Bloodfell Caves enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you gain life. Take a look at that. So that's a location we can use. That is a location. And some of the details are reminiscent of the Dragon Spark reactor. So I'm leaning towards that being a spirit thing. And then, of course, we just have a token, a treasure. So we're going to set that aside. I don't plan... That's... We will look at the treasures later to determine what magic items or whatever we may give out. Ecologist's terrarium. Let's move these aside. We'll move those aside, and let's move these over. So we have these moonfolk and these ninja using various forms of technology. We have the samurai supporting the spirits. And then we have these, whatever those are. Ecologist's terrarium. It's another artifact. Because it's an artifact, I have to put it over here with the samurai. Artifact creature, human rogue. That will pay for another arm extension all by itself. Well, as long as it doesn't explode. Create a treasure token. Activate only if a creature died this turn. Okay, so Undercity Scrounger. Maybe. Okay, ooh. Okay, here's where we start getting into the lore, guys. Okay, maybe, for those who are familiar with like Skyrim and stuff, maybe there was an ancient civilization, kind of like the Dwemer, okay, and it went extinct, and the area this city was built on is has underneath it the ancient ruins of this Dwemer civilization, right? So, the ancient civilization crumbled, moved on. Other people inhabited the surface nearby. They were a very spiritual culture, right? But in recent years, excavations have been going on and have been finding artifacts, which have been studied, and what's being learned is being used to create these like artifact creatures in these vehicles and stuff. But the spiritual, the non-progressive part of the civilization isn't quite for it. So now you have these castes, the samurai kind of warrior caste, which is keeping to tradition. And then we got these kind of ninja warrior caste, these scroungers, these treasure seekers that are digging up the ancient past and using the technology. Ooh. Enchantment creature, Bamboo Grove Archer. Oh, hello. Do not mistake tranquility for domestication. This land is wild and will always remain so. Ooh. There we go. Mnemonic Sphere Artifact. Let the Imperials search our laboratories. Will they think to look for secrets in a pretty bauble? Okay. Boom. There. Look at that. So, we've got the Imperial... Well, interesting. Okay. We've got the Imperials that use these mechs, right? But then we got the Imperials that do not... The Imperials that are hunting... Maybe we have 3 groups. Ooh. Maybe there are 3 different groups. Ooh, we gotta consider that. Kitsune Ace, Fox Pilot. So, that goes with the suit, right? So, So, we know there's this group, right? There is this group that called the Imperials that are okay with using vehicles, but maybe aren't okay. Oh, you know what? Ooh. Maybe it's not technology itself that the spirits don't like. It is the fusion of ancient technology and spiritual energies that create these artifact creatures and the like that the spirits are opposed to. So we can have two groups that use artifacts. And the Imperials are kind of a neutral party, but are getting a bad rap. Because this splinter group is going too far. Ooh, there we go. Kami of Industry. It's a creature spirit. It takes many arms to arm an army. When Kami of Industry enters the battlefield, return target artifact card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Okay, so there are some spirits that are okay with this. There are some that are okay. But there are others that aren't. So, oh boy. Oh boy. So, we have two groups of spirits. The spirits, maybe even three. The spirits that don't care. Might as well put them in the friendly group, right? The spirits that are either don't care or are okay with technology in general. The spirits that don't like the fusion of technology and therefore don't like technology itself. Right? And then we have the Imperials that respect tradition but also use technology. And then they're the ones that are progressive, like, it's time for us to move on, right? Okay, cool. Okay, Moon Circuit Hacker. Human Ninja. It's an enchantment creature, so enchantment creatures don't necessarily mean spirits. But, ooh. Well, that's definitely going in the ninja moon moon snare or moonfolk category. Peerless Samurai, Human Samurai. I fear I have run out of worthy opponents. Interesting. Definitely a samurai. Creature, Rat Samurai. Hey guys, it's Master Splinter. We just pulled Master Splinter in Magic the Gathering. Except instead of being a ninja, he's a samurai. Which, Splinter was already kind of samurai-ish. It's not one or the other. Kami or technology. Both offer power. I will not limit myself. Ooh. Okay, so this guy is in the group that he uses both. Ooh, maybe he's a rogue. Maybe he's a rogue samurai that uses both spirits and technology. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Okay, now we have a saga. Here's we have two sagas: the Fall of Lord Konda and the Modern Age. Well, this saga definitely belongs over here. Historian's Wisdom. Enchant artifact or creature. When Historian's Wisdom enters the battlefield, if Enchanted Permanent is a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, draw a card. As long as Enchanted Permanent is a creature, it gets +2/+1. Historian, tradition, it goes over here. Bronze cudgels. These were made when Michiko was young. Wield them wisely. They're an artifact, but they're not really technology. That's a maybe. Prosperous thief, human ninja. Well, that goes along with the scroungers, so definitely going over here. Eater of Virtue, legendary artifact. Whenever equipped creature dies, exile it. As long as a card exiled with Eater of Virtue has flying, equipped creature also has flying. The same rule is for first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, and... Okay, this guy definitely has the Eater of Virtue. Absolutely. This guy is an enemy. This guy is a bad guy. I'm sorry, Master Splinter, but you just became evil. Tranquil Grove. Interesting. So we have a dark... we have a dark fire area, and we have a light water area. Interesting. Interesting. And that's nothing. Cool. Ooh. We're gonna go on for another 9 minutes with this. Dragoon, we haven't heard anything from Noodle. And I did tell him that his session's next week. So he is probably going to be around next week. Dragoon, did you hear any word about standing in for Miss Dragoon? Or do you think we'd better off to put it off again? I'll let that be your call. Hippo, are you ready? If you were to go and start in the next 8 minutes, are you ready to do so? And we're going to continue while we get some responses there. Ninja's Kunai. A point to pierce flesh and spirit alike. Definitely goes over there. Iron Apprentice. Iron Apprentice enters the battlefield with +1/+1. If it dies and it had counters on it, put those counters on target creature you control. I needed an extra set of hands, so I built one. Interesting. So this thing... It supports other creatures, but it itself kind of isn't. It is a creature, but it isn't. But it's an artifact creature. It's an artifact creature. Yeah. Bearer of Memory. Members of the Living Historians don't simply chronicle the past. They embody it. Human monk. Enchantment creature. Definitely going on the traditional side. Moonsnare Prototype. It's an artifact. But it's a Moonsnare thing, so absolutely. Imperial Oath. Those chosen to guard the Imperial Palace are not only unrivaled warriors, but also lion-hearted champions of the Imperial cause. Boom. The Imperials. Ambitious Assault. Creatures you control contain +2/+1 until end of turn. If you control a modified creature, draw a card. In the clangor and chaos of the Aki attack, few even notice the frogs on their heads. Interesting. Well, it mentions modified creatures. And that's an enchantment creature. What is it referring to as modified creatures? Have we yet to encounter those yet? Or maybe it's talking about artifact creatures. Well, either way, that definitely seems like a ninja thing. Or this side. Fusion thing. Lethal Exploit. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It gets an additional -1 until end of turn for each modified creature you control as you cast this spell. That's definitely that side. But we'll put it over here. Mukotaki Ambusher. It's a rat ninja. So, we basically have if Master Splinter was Slicer. So we already have a Splinter Clan. That's hilarious. Ironhoof Boar. I'm glad she can run again, but this might have been a bit much. Interesting. It's an artifact creature, but it's a creature augmented with legs. I'm gonna put that in Imperial. And here's another modern age. We already have one, so no point in having two of the same thing. Goshentai of Boundless Vigor. Legendary enchantment creature. It's a shrine. Ooh. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay a mana. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target shrine for each shrine you control. It seeks those with untamed spirits and offers wild strength. Definitely a traditional thing. The Leech Gauntlet. Artifact creature. It's an equipment leech. Mmm. We had another. We had another creature, equipment character, equipment thing. Um, that also had the reconfigure. Where did we end up sticking that? Because this feels like it would go with it. I don't remember where I put that. It wasn't here, was it? No. Where did that go? I remember it. Oh, the On Guard Familiar. Okay, yeah. There we go. Prodigy's Prototype, Artifact Vehicle. Whenever one or more vehicles you control attack, create a colorless pilot creature token with this creature cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Okay, so vehicles. Vehicles, boom. Surge Hacker Mech, another vehicle. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control, the target creature or planeswalker, and opponent controls. Interesting. Well, that's maybe they're stealing mechs. That's interesting. That is interesting. Rugged Highlands, so maybe this area is surrounded by highlands too. So that's another land. I'll just set it there for now. Here's another samurai. So we'll throw that there. Here's another dragonfly suit. We've already experienced that. Futurist Sentinel. If folded, a model in paper first. I folded a model in paper first to test the relative tensile strength of the plates. Interesting. It's purely a vehicle, so we're putting it there. Wanderer's Intervention. Just as Finn Getraxia's victory seemed certain, the Wanderer appeared. Her blade already in motion, one mighty slash was enough to take the Praetor out of the fight. Ooh. So we saw mention of Finn Traxxas before. Or Gentraxxas. Gentaxia. There we go. Interesting. Maybe Gentaxia is the name of this group. I don't know. We'll think on that. Artifact creature, ogre warrior. Tuma never met a door she didn't hate. She's just an artifact creature. She's augmented, but she's a creature augmented, not a machine augmented with spiritual energy. Maybe they go there. Clawing Torment. Enchant artifact or creature. As long as permanent is a creature, it gets -1 and can't block. Enchanted permanent has at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. Kami's anger never fades, never sleeps, never loosens its grasp. Ooh, okay, with that flavor, Kamis are spiritual beings. And it does not like enchanted permanents, either as creatures or otherwise. So that definitely goes in the group of spirits that are actively opposed to the technology. Master's Rebuke. You have always been a promising student, but your arrogance far outstrips your prowess. Interesting. So maybe we have a master student situation going on somewhere here. Short Circuit, Flash. It's a enchantment aura, enchant artifact creature, or artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets -3 and loses flying. So there's something actively opposed to enchanted permanents. Interesting. I feel that goes over here. Guardians of Oboro. Creature, Moonsfolk Samurai. The palace is closed to outsiders. Oh! So, we got Moonfolk Samurai. Alright. We have a ruling caste that are the Moonfolk. Okay? And this is as much a royal infighting as much as a problem throughout the city. Right? So you got Moonfolk. Maybe the Moonfolk typically lived in peace with the spirits, right? But they are progressive. But now we have the Imperials and the Moonfolk in one group, but we also have the Moonfolk and these guys. Interesting. So now you have the spirits that are angry at the Moonfolk and their artifacts because of what this branch of the royal family has started doing with artifacts and spiritual energy. Ooh. I'm just skimming through a couple of these now, because we do have to get into our true D&D stuff. Alright, we'll save these. Oh, wait! These are things? These are things! Oh, we are going to explore that later, for sure. But I'm gonna pull these up. It's all on camera. And then the dark ninjas came and messed everything up. How rude. But so this is kind of the thing I want to do. Obviously, we only had like the past 40 minutes, and I had to kind of explain what we were doing a little bit. But imagine taking this and having 2 hours to work with all these cards. That's kind of the premise of that. Now, Hippo, Corey, would you be ready? Would you be willing to step up for our one-on-one, Corey? Let me go ahead and boop. Hello, Sir Corey.
Hello.
How are you? How are you?
Just got done shoving my face real fast. So
Oh, I
it's
caught you
alright.
in the middle of eating. I'm sorry. I am sorry for
You're
that.
fine. I really just got done. So
Now, if I remember, have I shown off Roll20 stuff to you? Like how to move your character and whatnot.
Yes.
And
You did. You got me.
And I shared how to carry a torch around, right?
Yeah. I was with you when you were kind of messing with that.
I'm just making sure. That way, if you already know most of it, I won't bore you or anyone else with it.
I mean, I don't know if you showed me else, but yeah, I know. Yeah, it was pretty cool here showing me all that stuff. Can I switch this so I don't hear you twice?
But what you can do is you should be able to mute the tab that the stream is on.
Yeah, I did that. All right.
And
It just you sound a bit different, but I got you. It's good. Sound more dark.
That way you get. Well, I admit I jammed out in the car on the way home, and went whole ham singing some songs. So
no, you're good.
My voice is a little scratchy.
Mine's probably too. I just got done talking for like 4 hours, so you're good. Let me pull my stuff up real fast. All right.
Why is this not properly colored? Nice. Ruh-roh. That looks bad. Guess we'll do that. That's fine. I'm sure you all will forgive me.
It's a mistake. It's bound to happen in this stream always.
Actually, I could. I'm always going to be fiddling with stuff. I'm sorry for fiddling with things. Everyone.
It's like your hallmark, you know.
But I'm going to be. I'm always going to fiddle. Here we are. All right.
Nothing wrong.
So we have your character. Are you happy with where you have your stats? I need to start here because I know it's something I talked to with Sir Dragoon about last time. Because he wasn't quite certain where his stats should have been.
Yes.
So I just making sure I'm thorough with everyone.
No, I'm very happy with my stats. I thought my stats would be a lot worse than they actually are. So yes, I'm very happy with my stats.
And you'll be glad to know he's gonna end up being the charismatic character.
Woo!
With a +3 in charisma.
Because if that wasn't the case, then it's just me being scary.
All right. So you've got the half orc fighter.
Correct.
Did we end up picking what two specs you think you want to go?
Yes. Also, before we get that, I know when we talked, I had a question to you before about the protection, and I think we kind of read and I went for the superiority maneuver.
Okay, one second. Let me try to recall that real quick. The protection. So the
I went maneuver. Yes, the fighting style, superiority. I ended up switching that only because we kind of read it wrong and it wasn't as potent as it seemed to be. When before is I hit a creature because we were I hit a creature and then I get to tell somebody, hey, go do something. You get half the movement.
The maneuvering attack. right?
Yes, it was maneuver attack.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a superiority die to maneuver one of your comrades to a more advantageous position. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage, and you choose a friendly creature you can see or hear you. That creature can use its reaction to move half of its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attack.
Right?
Okay, so that helps someone get away from.
Right. It's a target you hit. So it's a guy I hit, they run away from.
All right.
So I didn't really like if I go support dice, like I don't really like that stuff. Like there's not a lot of support stuff there. So I think I switch it. I think there's defense and just get the +1 AC. And
okay, so you are switching. You're wanting to switch your fighting style, which I'm not saying no. From protection to defense, so you have more AC. Have you already done some of these switches?
I looked at it after we talked about it.
You already changed from protection to defense. So your AC is currently sitting at 19, which is your armor plus your shield plus 1.
Yes.
So you're going heavy into armor.
Yeah, I feel like the whole problem with our party, if I don't want to, because the problem is I don't want to be 2-2 meta, which I think. But I feel like a party is like support and healing stuff, and I don't think the getaway jail free card from one enemy is going to help that much, honestly. So I figure just double down on being the tanky boy in the front and get the extra AC.
So you're focusing on being basically the warrior tank. If we're gonna bring World of Warcraft terms into this.
Yes.
So we got the paladin tank, who's kind of supporty-ish, but then we got the warrior tank that's all damage and aggro.
Yes. Because I feel that's the better way for me. I feel the better for me to help the party at this point is just to get more tanky. So I can stand there and take more shots.
Now, do you plan on changing your maneuver as well? Because you were going Battlemaster, right?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just going Champion Samurai.
Oh, you're going Champion Samurai now. Oh wait, no, you changed your feet. Right? Wait.
No, Sorry. I was going Cavalier, right? And then we kind of looked at it, and I went the bursty build with the Champion Samurai, where it's a lot of burst damage. So I'm getting, because the problem is I played Battlemaster before, and Battlemaster's fine. Don't get me wrong, I like Battlemaster. It's good to control maneuverability in fights.
Where did you get the because we were talking about you getting a superiority die from something.
Right, from the maneuver. If I was going superiority, you get one maneuver and 1 superiority dice. Which then I switched to defense.
Oh, the fighting style from the superior technique to... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where my brain was having trouble. You got the superiority die from the fighting style.
Yes, you get 1 superior dice with that.
But because you're switching that, you lose the die and the technique. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
We're good. I'm mostly back on track now. Excellent.
Yeah.
So now you're going as self-sufficient tank in DPS as you can be. Without, you're relying on being able to burst things down before they can get to the party.
And if I can't burst them down, I have a little bit more AC to kind of stay in the fight a couple more rounds. So, I imagine this is never, because you know how D&D works. It never works out as you plan. But imagine how it's going to go is I'm going to be
job, right?
Yes. I imagine, I'm going to be somewhere in the front, in an area. And I have that area. And Ian, and then Keely, and then the Ranger, and the Wizard, they can, deal with kind of rest of it, and I just hold down an area and try to kill the things coming in that area. So like, that's why I do the burst damage and then get the extra AC.
I wonder. I'm still looking at the whole superiority die thing. I wonder if there's a thing you could take to keep people from getting past you. You know,
Right.
instead
Right.
of, because no doubt you're gonna end up getting better armor at some point.
Right.
Because there are still armor upgrades.
Oh, absolutely.
I think.
Go
ahead.
So I just looked at them briefly, and like, they were fine, but like, I just wasn't really sold on any single one. I mean, let me put up again fast. But yeah,
because the other thing I could bring up is a level 4 thing, which I don't want you all planning too much for the future, because things could always change. But I like it if you all have a little bit of an idea. I'm trying to see if there's brace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe there isn't one. So the other thing I was gonna mention, to the same effect as keeping people from being able to get past you, involves it does involve a feat.
Mm-hmm.
Where I remember one of my party members from another campaign looking at this. It's not Polearm Master, I don't think. Sentinel. Something Sentinel. Starts with an S. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, the creature speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn. They provoke opportunity attacks even if they take the disengage action before leaving your reach. And when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against another target other than you, and that target does not have the Sentinel feat, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. So it's that first one. If someone tries to bolt past you, 1, you still get to swing at them, and 2, if you hit them, they stop. You basically trip them or whatever.
Right. I stopped them from running past me. They're forced to fight me.
Now, the battle axe currently has reach. So does not have reach, I should say. So you could only do this to effect within a like 10 to 15 foot hallway where they have to run past you.
Right.
But you have pretty much every weapon available to you.
I do.
So
yeah, that's pretty good. I'm looking at what you were saying before.
What I say is you could pick up a weapon that has a longer range,
like a spear or something.
I think spear is also only 5 feet.
Yeah, it's the polearm, I think.
I think the polearm has reach. Yeah. I want to be sure real quick though, so I'm trying to pull up the weapons. Here we are. The glaive, but it is two-handed. Any of these that have reach are probably going to be two-handed, so you will be, for the better reach, to keep people from getting past you, you will be losing some of your own defensive ability. But you will be protecting the party better, so it's something to consider. The glaive, the halberd, the lance, but it's special. You have disadvantage when you use a lance to attack a target within 5 feet of you. So anything within 5 feet, you have disadvantage. So there's a trade-off there. But it's also one-handed. It's not two-handed.
Which is nice because I'm using a shield.
So
Ideally.
you could use shield and lance, but that's only if people really try to skirt you. You can hit them, but if they try to run next to you and past you, good luck.
Right.
The pike, two-handed. Um, the whip, I don't really see you using a whip, but you'll know your character better than I will.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. But A, um, the if your character wants to try to look for a weapon like the lance, but not the lance, that doesn't have that kind of disadvantage, and you can wield it in one hand. I mean, there's a quest. There's a quest I could put you
Right.
on. But yeah, so there are options for becoming the wall.
Because the wall is that, or I go the superiority dice, and if I go to superiority dice and the martial, like the one move, the one superiority dice, I guess I would go goading attack, but it's
Take
a
a look.
wisdom throw. Which is
Let's
not
see
great.
here. Goading. Uh, and the target must make a wisdom. Well, that's what they have to roll.
Right.
For you, all of your saving throws are based on your strength or dex.
Yeah.
So for you, 8 plus proficiency plus strength, because it's your highest. At level 1, your DC is 14.
Right. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you spend 0 dice. The goaded target is attacking you. So basically, I'm just trying to make a target hit me, and not one around me.
You add the die to the attack roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving. On a fail, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you. So it's kind of like a, hey, fight me, mother.
Right. Right.
Again, you are very one-on-one. You are
I
like,
am.
it's interesting to see how your character is going to handle group battles, though. That's interesting.
I imagine how I could handle it, and I imagine it won't be great. It'd be like one target at a
But
time.
that's fine, because from what some of the things I heard from Levi's maybe planning on going a multi-attack specialist. So
Ooh.
from what I've heard, we haven't had their one-on-one yet, so I'm not 100%
Right.
sure. But okay, so you're planning champion and samurai.
Champion samurai.
Which is your primary? That way I know which one to make the feat for.
Samurai.
Samurai is your primary. So when you
Yeah.
hit level 3, you will choose samurai, and you will
Yes.
automatically gain the effects from champion.
Correct.
Let me add those notes real quick.
I know it's cheesy, but man, I just love the idea, and I feel like it puts the party more of a whole, honestly, which I love. Because who wants a even well balanced party? Those are no fun.
Just like how I like characters that have weaknesses, I like
Yes.
parties with weaknesses too. It creates an easy, oh, you guys still have this weakness. Well, it can be a little cheeky, hey, here's some extra challenge that you don't need to normally deal with.
Right.
To
Absolutely.
get to the boss. Like, I don't like the idea of the perfectly well-oiled party. But as long as you all get along, right?
Yes. Yeah.
A couple notes before I forget. Typically, just like we're changing the rule and you all have dual classes,
Mm-hmm.
typically the typical round is action, bonus action, movement, right?
Yes.
I'm planning on it
And
being an
reaction.
action movement. Or action,
Ooh.
sorry, action bonus action.
So extra action?
extra action, but here's the thing. What did I just say? Instead of action, bonus action, movement,
Right.
action, bonus action.
So movement still could be
Movement is an action to
still,
perform.
but that means if you're stationary at level 1, you're still attacking two targets.
If you're stationary, you're if you maneuver to in such a situation that you do not need to move, yes, you get 2 actions. But to move, it is an action to quote unquote dash. So
right.
if you wanted to move, it basically still becomes action, bonus action, movement.
And the movement just 30, right?
If you want to sprint, it's still dash, bonus action, movement. Like
right.
your maxes don't change as far as movement goes. The only thing that changes if you all work together and get positioned well to where people don't have to move, you guys get extra things. If you position yourself next to an ally and they go down, you can still swing and then use an action to feed a potion. That's where I'm getting this. Like, yeah, you could go whole ham and attack, but it also lets you like in raw, if you don't move, what happens to your movement? It's wasted, right?
Yes.
If you have a downed ally that you're standing next to and you feed them a potion, what else can you do that turn?
Not much.
Not much. So with this, yeah, you could forgo moving. You could still heal your ally and get the cheeky attack off. Absolutely. Like, it enables more options. Here's the thing. The enemies also get this. This isn't just for you all.
So fights are gonna go so fast.
That's part of what I'm hoping is basically double damage is being dealt by and to both sides. So combats are gonna be boom, 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 and that's what I'm hoping. A 2-round combat. A 2-round combat is a 20-second fight.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
now. Let me point out something that's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Especially for you. Level 5, what do you get?
Oh, are you talking about my class or like
at level 5? What do you get?
Like a bunch of millions hacks.
Extra attack.
Yes.
At level 5, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. If you position yourself well at level 5, that's 4 attacks per turn.
And that's not including the my samurai stuff too.
Now wait, level 2. What do you get? Action surge.
The thing that allows you to pop it and do another attack.
Yep. Or get another action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Forgot the name for a second. Second wind.
Now the trade-off here though is action surge then becomes a 1/3 or a 50% increase instead of a 100% increase. It's not doubling your actions; it's increasing it by 50%. But
yeah, but
being able to take 3 actions per turn instead of 2, per short rest.
Yeah, this also it's weird because like again, my character fighting, I'm all burst damage. So in some way, this literally goes into my character.
Like you could like enact a partial rage, a
one. Oh, absolutely. Rage. I'm getting more attacks and also getting hit more. It's literally more burst damage combat, and for a burst damage person, it's great.
Yeah, but again, if you can keep the focus on you,
I imagine you'll have some way around it.
It's okay.
Thought about a couple ways.
Every boss just becomes a Gemini.
Yes,
and there are 2 of them, and they stand on opposite sides of the room. 100.
There's only one of me,
and there's only one of you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love it. It's really fun. I didn't know anything about this.
You and Ian both have me excited to see your characters so far. And that's what I've been hoping for, is drum up excitement for each person playing their character.
Yes.
Let me make sure I have.
I do have a couple questions though about my character.
Okay, let's hear questions.
So I know the thing we're going for my character, which I'm happily put in. I already put it in my character notes and stuff on my page. Is I can't read and write.
Oh wow! Look at that.
So,
I didn't even scroll down to see that.
Yeah. So I can't read and write.
Okay.
Does that also go for my name? Do I know to say write my name, or not know at all?
I'm gonna say no. You probably don't even know how to spell your name. Like, you know words, you don't know letters. Just like a kid learns how to speak before they learn how to spell.
Yeah.
You're good at the speak, but spelling isn't your thing.
Okay.
And I guess it makes sense. If you live in a tribe, everyone important enough to talk to keep in touch with, is within 5 doors, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you take the idea of, even if you like triple the size of a Skyrim orc settlement, like, that's still not big. Like,
no, I mean,
if you need to say something to someone, you don't need to send a pigeon. You walk down and talk to them.
How many people live in my tribe? For my tribe, but like, do you need to add any more details, or just are you fine just with the tribe name? Just being who
I haven't read any of your stuff yet.
So like,
this is the first time I'm seeing it.
I'm talking about the Great Worm thing, right? Because I went for tribe Great Worm.
The Great Worm tribe?
I went for Great Worm tribe.
All right, well, let's read your story real quick. Let's read your story real quick and see where you put it in.
Well, I just added.
Okay. Gagesh backstory. So, this is great. So, full story.
No, I separated for you. Make it easy.
Full story. I'm reading it as you wrote it, by the way. Full story.
Oh, God. No,
Gagesh backstory. Gagesh was raised. That's your full name, by the way. Gagesh backstory. Gagesh.
Yes. Okay.
Your middle name is backstory.
Okay. Is it back the middle name story to last name, or just one word?
No, your first name and last name are both Gagesh. Your middle name is backstory.
Gagesh.
You don't know if it's hyphenated because you don't know how to spell.
So,
was raised in the Uthgart tribe of Great Worm tribe with his twin brother Kagek, also last name Gagesh. It's Mario and Luigi Mario.
I'm incompetent. I always failed English.
You're the Mario.
Yeah, I know.
With his twin brother Kagek, children of Kambar, the chief of the war master of the Great Worm tribe. When Gagesh and Kagek were 6 years old, their father Kamubar died, and they were told that he was killed. The brothers were separated, taken by 2 other powerful elders of the village. Gagesh was taken by Warden Master Brigida, and Kagek was taken by Swift Rider Sunar. As time would go on, the brothers would be pulled further apart thanks to Brigida and Sunar not being a fan of each other. As years passed, they would focus more on their training for right. They have to take focus when they become 15 to become a pathfinder. It would bring great honor to the tribe and to their new elder parents. Figure out which brother, once you became a pathfinder, you're allowed to leave the tribe on your own to the outside world to strengthen yourself and find ways to improve the tribe. As Gagesh, continue his training. Oh man, it's all I could have hoped for Gagesh to think about writing.
Listen, I'm Gagesh 24 hours a day.
As Gagesh, continue his training. Oh man, Brigida, As year drew closer to trial, he was reminded constantly of the goals and belief of the tribe, which is the tribe will always come first, not matter what personal attachments will always be second. Oh man, do you ever watch The Amazing World of Gumball?
Yeah.
The episode with the pepperoni kid, Peter, who just minces all the words.
Yeah, I know. You gotta stay in character. Okay.
I gotta show it real quick. Let's see if I can get here.
So, Peter, what do you want to do first?
Well, wherever I'm cool. Lunch over in the canteen there, the locker, the hunger sandwich, and maybe some ketchup.
Right there. That. Let's reiterate that.
I'm cool. Lunch over in the canteen there, the locker, the hunger sandwich, and maybe some ketchup.
And this is everyone's expression.
Yes. Listen.
When they...
I am very good with words. Words best.
And I'm not saying this is how you talk. But maybe
absolutely. I'm totally cool talking like this. I'm going to embrace
because
my
here's the trick. So
intelligence.
This goes into like the Kinku player.
Yes.
Like sitting here saying, I make the sound of a blacksmith hammering. Like, and just make people guess what you mean can kind of get irritating. But saying
no, I'm not saying like I'm gonna be talking like
just like
make it with sounds. But I'll say words.
Yeah, but I mean like the example I was going for was like it can be frustrating to other players to figure out what you are trying to say. So, absolutely mince your words a little, as long as the meaning still gets across.
The meaning will be crossed, but like saying like being like expressive and like using like 6 coherent words to get to the point, I'll just use like 4 or 3, and like still get the point.
You are very, very direct. Very direct. You don't mince words.
No. Yes.
Yeah. And the smaller the sentence, the easier it is to not get misunderstood. Yes. I can't wait until you have to try to explain a thought you had. And it doesn't take 4 words.
I just keep using 3 words.
Okay, continuing. And how their father failed that goal by putting his sons over the tribe, and brother falling from the same tree, and ended up to him to regain his father honor by winning the trial when Gegesh became 15. He and 23 others taken to trial where they were taken the forest, and there have to out-survive for 2 weeks and by any means necessary, but they must do it alone. Out of survival, only 3 of remaining would be chosen on day 10 on trial. Gegesh came face to face with Kegek, where Kegek offered truce and deal to team up out the remaining contestants and to set out other and make name for theirself. When Kegek offered him handshake to seal deal, Gegesh gave him hug and stabbed him 2 times and walked away. 4 days later, Gegesh and 2 others won right, winning his mentor Brigida. For the last 3 years, Gegesh been on journey to strengthen himself, to strengthen the tribe.
On journey.
Oh man.
On journey. Gegesh go far.
I don't think there was a single period in there either. Nope. I see one. Oh,
Gegesh doesn't use periods. It's probably a smudge stain from his food.
Nope, there's one. You can't say he doesn't.
There's a crumb.
He writes a paragraph and only puts 1 sentence in the middle. That's the spot where his wrist kind of starts hurting, so he puts a period, so he knows where he stopped.
Yeah, stop for now.
Oh man, I'm sorry for making fun of his intelligence, but it's so easy.
No, 100%. I'm cool with it.
Okay, so plot holes. No memory of anything until the age of 4. No idea who mother is. Half orc, no, I am part orc, but do not know the other half. Was told father died in hunting trip. Thought I killed brother when betrayed him. Keynotes raised in the Great Worm tribe by father. Can't read and write. At 7 was taken by Wardmaster Brigida. Brigida showed true way of member of the Great Worm. Took the trial at 15 to leave the village. Betrayed brother. If does not move, it is dead. Oh,
That's his thought process. That's what tells him what's dead or not. If it doesn't move.
Okay, so I have to ask this.
Yes.
What is sleeping?
The him sleeping will be more like. Well, he's probably dumb, honestly, so he probably doesn't think about it. He probably doesn't think about it.
So if he wakes up and looks over at the person in the next bed over.
But your chest moves when you're sleeping, generally. Is when you breathe.
Okay.
But like, because the whole thing like we did is like, because we talked about this briefly before, right? I mean, spoilers. If we're still going for it, my brother's not dead.
Well,
so like,
you don't know that. He could be.
I don't know. But my point is,
I like the avenue that maybe he's not. But
that's true. But my point is, Gurish stabs him. Looks down. He's not moving. He's dead. He just like kind of walks off.
All right.
Why he doesn't leave him in the forest and just doesn't kill him right there in the spot?
Ooh, this is gonna be
because he's dead.
This is gonna be so fun with like undead and stuff.
Yeah.
The skeletons that fall to pieces and moment later get back up. Oh man. I'm liking this. And granted, you and I have talked a lot outside of session for with your character.
Yes, and I also like having fun with my characters. I don't like the generic stuff. I like to have fun with them. There's no point otherwise. So
now let me just double check a few things. Your hit points, and this is mostly going into Roll20. You don't have to join, but
I think I'm on it. I'm on it.
I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, we got your health bar set up. We got it shown. Oh, I asked this of Corey. How do you feel like you see your hit point total? You see your 15 out of 15. Correct?
Correct.
All you see is health bars on other people, right? You don't see
I don't see
totals.
Numbers.
You do not see numbers. How do you feel about that? Do you as a player, do you feel it would be better if
so for
each of you saw numbers?
For me, I have no problem with it whatsoever, because if you're actually just playing the character, you wouldn't generally have the ability to look and say, oh, their HP is this, right? You say, oh, you got hit a couple times.
That is absolutely one argument, yes.
Right? But, I don't know, we do have a couple new players, so, I mean, it would probably make it difficult harder, but as long as you watch your own character, you're fine. So
like, and the thought would be, I guess the thought would be, it's between no health bar, no health bar, or health bar and numbers. Also, can you click on someone else's token and see, the pop-up circles?
No, I can only click on mine.
You can only click on yours? And of course the pop-up circles show on yours, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I was trying to remember what shows. If I do, like, you have Mr. Goon's character beneath you. If I do this, you can't see the health bar at all,
I have.
or you see the
Yeah,
health
it's
bar.
Keely under me.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I see a red bar.
You
I don't
see
see
the
numbers.
red bar. Okay. Now. Oh, that's the text overlay. Okay, that's just the text overlay. If we do this, that makes the bar disappear.
Yes, no bar.
Okay. And then if I do this, you
There's
now
a
see
bar.
numbers.
And bar and numbers.
All right. And if you were to order them from most preferred to least preferred, no bar, numbers, how would you order them?
I would say if I would choose, I would just go with bar. With I would definitely vote bar or bar with numbers. I wouldn't go no bar because there are some newer players here.
The argument I would make is, so here's the thought. Bar and numbers is full meta, lets everyone see everyone, right?
Right. Which would be new player friendly, right?
It is very new player friendly. No bar, but no numbers. Like, you can see someone's taking damage, you don't know exactly how much.
Right.
And if you're smart enough, you can kind of see how high or low they are, how rough they look.
Right.
And then no bar is you guys have to communicate how hurt you all are with each other. And that's the argument I'm making with the no bar, no numbers, is it requires more communication.
Right.
Shouting out if you're really hurt.
The people are shouting, "I have 5 HP" or something like that.
Well, I mean,
Because people will use the numbers.
how you communicate it is up to you all, but it kind of forces communication.
I don't know. If I had to pick one, I would probably say bar with no numbers.
You'd say bar with no numbers. What would be your second option out of those three?
If it just were about me and not anyone else, I'd be fine with no bar.
So you go bar, no bar, numbers. In that order.
I just don't get, because if you're playing a character, you wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how much HP Ian has.
Yeah, but you could see, like, oh, they're getting pretty beaten up.
Yeah, which would be the bar, kind of, right?
Bar. Yes, which is the bar. All right. So far, we've got 2 votes in favor of bar. Now, okay, let's see if I do this. What happens on your character?
Let me get back over. Do what?
I just did a thing. Do you still see your bar and your numbers?
Yes.
All right. All right. I just wanted to see what toggling that did. And apparently not much.
Nope. It's still the same.
I mentioned the whole action, bonus action, reaction bit. There was another thing. I know this wasn't it, but I am telling everyone, you all's first quests have deadly encounters. I'm telling you all this now. Like, it is, like, the world is dangerous. I'm telling you this outright.
That's great.
Your characters would know this. The world is dangerous. The world doesn't
It's not
F if you survive.
Is there a tiny chance we survive?
I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But that's up to
It's
you
not
all
impossible.
working together.
It's not impossible.
Because realize, like, there's your high armor class. It may be considered deadly, but that's probably assuming everything hits. Right? It's just
It also goes both ways, right?
It literally just takes your level, and for your level, the number of players and your level, and it has 3 XP metrics. Okay? How much XP your character is expected to receive per adventuring day. And if it's above the smallest number, if it's below the smallest number, it's easy. Easy, below or up to the smallest number, easy. Between the smallest number and the next one is medium. Medium and hard. And if it's above the biggest number, it's considered deadly. That's all it means. That is all it means. Is the expected experience for these encounters is above your daily expected.
Got you. So
Yeah.
we get a lot of XP, but we're not getting XP level up. We're doing milestone.
I tell you when to level up.
Yeah, you tell us.
Yeah. So, yeah, something to consider.
So we're not getting all XP for these deadly fights.
No. And they don't stop being deadly until like level 3. Once you hit level 3, then they stop being considered deadly.
Gee, so oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hit level 3.
Level 2. Still deadly. The moment one person hits level 3, it becomes hard.
Oh, okay. Only there's someone that controls their levels.
Well, I mean, if you all level up, the moment someone goes from level 2 to level 3, it becomes hard. But all level 3, they stay hard. The moment 2 of you go from 3 to 4, it becomes medium. But again, that's not taking into account your ACs. That's not taking into account your chance of getting hit.
Which is good and bad, if you're squishy or not.
Which means if you're squishy, you don't run up. You do not. You are not. If you're a mitigation tank and you don't have the hit point to support it, don't be on the front lines. I learned this lesson myself. How
tanky is Ian?
Ian?
Is he tanky? I don't want to be the only tank.
Let's see. His strength is a +4.
So same as mine. Okay.
He is wearing chainmail.
He's strong.
So because of your fighting style, you have higher AC than him, but otherwise your AC is the same.
Okay.
You have a lot more health. Why do you have a lot more health?
No, it's what the page gave me.
Wait. I accidentally looked at Ignacio. Okay. You still have a bit more health, but that's... Wait, no. Why do you have so much health? 15 health.
I don't know. It's what the paper told me. You say max hit points. It says max hit points 15 on my Beyond page.
I know, I'm looking at it too. What is your hit die? I thought it was an 8.
For a fighter? It's more than
Yeah.
that.
8 or maybe 10, but okay, let's look in the actual thing. You are a D10. And you somehow rolled 12. There we go. I corrected that.
Okay.
15 seemed a little too high. 13 is 100% correct. Because a D10 plus your 3. We may have tested something. Didn't we level you up to 2 just to test something?
Yes, we did.
And then we didn't revert the HP. That's what it was.
Gotcha. Yeah, because we were messing with it when we're still going to do talking about doing the dual class instead.
Which means I get to lower your hit points in Roll20.
Yes.
Less hit points for you.
Oh, now I'm squishy. Now I gotta go be an archer in the back.
Nope, that one's already taken. Loves. Now, okay, now I have to double check Keely because she's sitting with an 11.
Don't druids get a 10 though, right? I
They
think
get
druids
an
get
8.
a 10. Do they?
8, her die was set correctly. She has a +3, yeah. So she has as much health as Sir Dragoon. And much less AC.
And they don't get form right the second level, don't they?
No, they do not.
Oh boy. Great.
Actually, everyone but the wizard has 11 hit points.
What? Oh, Brat Rangers are 10 also, aren't they?
Although,
Jesus.
he has a +2 to health, but his hit die is a D6. That's why. He is a D6. Everyone else is rocking a D10, D8 or D10.
Oh my god. He should have chose a warlock.
Okay, they're a D8.
Yeah.
But then he'd have to be a charismatic individual.
Yeah.
I think Sean, he would be great in either situation.
That boy is great at everything.
Okay. So, double attack, bonus action. Talked about that. Made sure you knew that things are going to be deadly. These quote-unquote starter quests all each have at least one deadly encounter.
I think aren't like most of the books terrifying like that? Because like I think the one I'm running is kind of the same problem for my group. So I think all the books are just evil and want to kill you all.
Now, let me double check something. Because it could be the way I grouped something. Not that. It could be the way I grouped something. So now I'm curious. Okay, depending on how you all encounter it, it doesn't have to be deadly. It full on depends on how you encounter engage the encounter. For one of them.
Okay, but that means which idiot pisses it off first. That sounds like to me. Is anyone smart in our party besides Sean? Is he the smart one?
He's the intelligent one, yeah.
Oh no.
+0, +1, +3, -1, -2.
-2.
The 2 tanks are the less intelligent ones.
We just hit stuff, okay? We must be.
Except one of the tanks are charismatic.
Yeah, it's me.
If anything, you're more dexterous. You like the dex for the initiative bonus, don't you?
I do.
Now you do understand that's all you're getting out of it, though, right?
No, it helps the AC.
Well, and no, not with your armor.
Yes, it does.
No, with heavy armor, you get no bonus to AC.
But I'm not wearing heavy armor.
Yes, chainmail is heavy armor.
Oh, well. When I switch to better armor that's not chainmail, I will get more out of it.
If you switch to better armor, it's still heavy armor.
But not every armor removes all dex. Like, I can go for medium armor, too.
Yeah, but the next best medium armor reduces your AC by 2. So, reducing your AC by 2, and then adding your +2 from dex. You get where we're going with that?
My stats besides intelligence are good. Okay? I was just hoping for one decent number in strength and just going from that. And now, like...
Or, let's see, okay, the best medium armor is half plate. So if we that's a 15 plus dex, max 2. Because medium armor only lets you benefit from up to a +2 in dex. You still have disadvantage on stealth checks.
The half plate will be a bump for me.
But 15 plus 2 is 17.
Plus my shield, which is 19 plus
plus
AC is 20.
Now, if you just jump up to plate mail or plate, okay, that's 18 plus your shield plus 1, 21.
But I can't, like, I get what you're saying, but the problem again I have is that I have to put that 14 somewhere. Okay, I'm not going to reduce my constitution. And I'm not going to put it in charisma or wisdom, because I don't imagine my character is a very wise wisdom or charismatic character.
Wise could be a street smart, or in this case, wilderness smart. And that would just reduce you to a +1 index. I'm just bringing up observation.
No, I get what you're saying, but again, like, I understand what you're saying, and I see the valid points you raise. 100%.
Plus, that would bump up your perception.
Wisdom is perception, isn't it?
Yep, perception is wisdom, which means passive perception is also perception. Mm-hmm. Insight is wisdom. The only skill you have that benefits from dex is acrobatics. You have 2 skills, survival and perception, that benefit from wisdom, that you have proficiency bonuses for. And you're all depending on the armor you go with, you're already at a disadvantage to dex.
Because of heavy.
Because of the not quite just all heavy armor does have disadvantage. Also scale mail and plate, basically the metal armors.
I may just switch it.
The multi-piece metal armors have stealth disadvantage. And padded for some reason. Why does padded have disadvantage in stealth?
Right.
I don't get that one.
All right, I switched it. Yeah, I see your points. They're very valid.
I convinced you?
Yeah. Wisdom's 14, dex is 12.
Not to make you more like the paladin. But you're not benefiting very much from dex.
Right.
The only area it would help you is if you somehow ended up unarmored. Which is absolutely a valid point. Like, are you always in your heavy armor?
Well, because I played before, I already switched it, but I know I played before, like, because, like, I imagine, like, you know, something you could do is, like, attack, like, do a raid, like, we're sleeping. And then I imagine my dude doesn't sleep in his armor on. And I know
figure
from
probably no one does.
experience, right? So then I know from experience, if you have heavy armor, it takes quite a bit to get into heavy armor.
Oh yeah, let's look at Dawn and Doft real quick.
Yeah, like, and it's not walk in the park.
To don the armor, is the time it takes to put on. Doff is the time it takes to put on. To don light armor, to don and doff is 1 minute, 1 minute for light, 5 minutes and 1 minute for medium, 10 minutes and 5 minutes for heavy.
Yeah.
So it takes you 10 minutes to put it on and 5 minutes to take it off.
And I can't really say, I know you guys are going to tap right now, but can you just hold them off for 10 minutes? I got to put my armor on.
Oh man, that'd be 60 rounds.
Yeah. With double actions on each round.
Guys, as soon as I get my armor on, this battle's done in 1 minute.
Yeah.
In 1 round.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burst all over everyone. And not in the fun way either.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, man.
So, so there is, if, like, do you imagine your character being battle ready all the time, being able to, if needed, wake up and run out and battle? Or do you imagine them being more perceptive when they are awake?
I imagine being like battle ready.
So
like,
I would say the +2 to Dex is actually better for you then.
Okay. Because I imagine them being battle ready. Like, it's always go time.
Yeah, with or without the armor, it's always go time.
Yes.
You probably had it right the first time. The Dex is probably better. But I did this kind of stat analysis with Sir Dragoon. So I also have to do it
with everybody.
I'm gonna do it to everyone, yeah. Just
Yeah,
give people 100%. Things to think about, because see, the stats have to be set by session 1. Once session 1 hits, your stats are locked. So this is the chance if people want to reconsider stats.
Yeah.
They can. Now, specializations, some of you have until level 2, some of you have until level 3.
Yeah,
like those can, as long as I'm given warning and can be given time to change the features I give you all to accommodate the dual class. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to know, when can I get a belt of giant strength? That's the only thing I want to know.
A belt of giant strength?
Yeah.
Maybe ask a giant.
Can I ask a giant DM?
You can speak in giant.
I can.
You can absolutely speak in giant. Now, belt of giant strength.
Sorry, what?
Let's see here. Okay, so even the weakest one benefits you. Okay.
Yes.
No effect if your strength without the belt is equal to or greater than the score. Ooh, man, a 29 in strength. You will probably never encounter that until when.
Can I get that at level 3?
No. You'll get that at level 3, but your muscles will bulge so big you can't move. Like in the episode of Rick and in regular show when Rigby does that muscle thing but then falls asleep. So he wakes up and he's just this Hulk that can't move.
Yeah.
He's just this brick of muscle.
That would be me.
But only his upper body. His legs are still spindly with legs.
The team will have to carry me like in a wagon and like push me around for me to hit people.
Your attack becomes that of a thwomp.
Yes.
Grr! And you will die if people start jumping on your back. If someone ground pounds your back, your heart will give out. But yeah. So All right. You have 2 trophies of animals you killed. A totemic token. Your inventory. Did you pick your gear from the starting equipment, or did you
Yes.
use gold?
I use starting equipment.
Okay, I'm just making sure everyone does that.
Yeah, I did starting equipment.
You don't have a set of traveler's clothes, apparently. Or no, that would actually go in equipment, wouldn't it? Not in other things. Okay, yeah, okay, you do have that. I was gonna say, oh, so if you're not wearing armor,
Yeah. I think I should have that stuff.
yeah,
There.
the clothes goes in the equipment, not in the other possessions. Although I think you should only have one. You
What?
you didn't go with the tattoos. You went with a totemic token.
So my impression of the tattoos were like kind of like a piece of paper with the tattoos like inked on so I can put on people. Was my impression.
So
Because I'm fair, my character
you
already
think
has
your tribe
tattoos.
makes henna tattoos?
So my impression was it was like a piece of paper like with the tribal stuff on that I can like give people tattoos. Am I crazy?
No, that is literally tattoos on you. Is what that was.
Oh, if
To.
it's tattoos, then I'm gonna switch it to tattoos.
Starting equipment. You had the choice between a totemic token or a set of tattoos marking your loyalty to Uthgar in your tribal totem.
Oh no, I'm going the tattoos.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm switching
Also,
that.
where did the trophy from an animal you killed come from?
My background.
Your previous
I believe,
background.
Tribe. Yeah, for the tribe. Because if I go to equipment and I just go like, let me go equipment and I gotta like.
You should have a hunting trap.
I have a hunting trap, a totem, tribe. Where did it?
So the hunting trap is an equipment. The token is going to become tattoos that you can describe on your character.
Yeah.
I think because you switched your background, didn't you? Right? You had to switch from something. So maybe those came from the previous background.
Yeah, probably.
So, I'd say if you want to describe one in better detail, I'll let you keep one. But we're gonna.
No, I'm fine.
And tattoos. So you can keep one trophy from an animal you killed. But you gotta describe it better. You put some description to that.
Oh, I will. And the only way Grash speaks with big words.
Oh, jeez Louise. Dark green skin, black mohawk, red eyes, 19 years old, 225 pounds. Holy shit. Now, what alignment do you see yourself be? I didn't ask. I need to ask Sir Dragoon this. But what alignment do you see yourself be?
So I'm leaning towards it's definitely good. It's definitely lawful. I'm just a bit I'm pretty sure I'm probably lawful good. Because he has a reason for everything he does in things, right? It's for the end of the day, everything he does is for the tribe.
Yeah.
And the power.
Very lawful, very Thieves Guild-esque kind of deal.
And to redeem, but to salvage what he has of his name from those filthy traders. Maybe lawful
neutral then.
Yeah. But definitely lawful. I'll
go and put lawful neutral for now. Feel free to change it. That'll be locked. That'll be. I'm not gonna say it's locked in, but I will be evaluating you all's actions.
Oh, absolutely.
And I imagine I had this thought every level. I'll do a 5-minute recap with everyone, and I'll let you know if your alignment changed. I'll let you pick your starting alignment, but if you guys act a certain way, I will change your alignments.
Right.
And I only imagine when the paladin does his divine sense,
Oh god.
and he detects good and evil. Until the end of their turn, they can sense anything affected by the Hellas spell or in the location of any celestial fiend undead that is not behind total cover. He might be able to sense strong evil and powerful good. Yeah, like if you keep going down a very good or very evil path, like I dare say you might start emitting a presence. Yeah.
Presence of the worm.
And it'll be kind of like, so I imagine it like imagine the counters, the Magic the Gathering counters that are uh the clicker wheels, and it typically goes up to 99, right?
Yeah.
I imagine it kind of like that, where uh each set of 3 numbers, like 0 through, or sorry, 1 2 3 represents evil, 4 5 6 neutral, 7 8 9 good, and then 10 20 30 lawful, so on and so forth, right?
Right.
There will be, so you would start, you wanted we said lawful neutral, right?
Yeah.
So you'd probably start at like a 8 and a 5. You'd start at 85 for lawful neutral. As long as you continue to behave in such a manner, that shouldn't change. But if you start being more good than neutral, start thinking in terms of the good for everyone, or you start thinking in the good for just yourself, that single digit 5 will change. If you start thinking less in a rule ordered sense, that 8 will change. You know what? I'll probably start you at 7. Everyone probably starts at the closest number to 5. And if
Okay.
you stay very lawful, maybe like divine sense is good and evil. So you'd have to starting at a 5, you'd really have to try hard to
Hold it.
get to a 9 or a 1.
Yeah.
That's if you change every single level, 1 2 3, you wouldn't be truly good or truly evil until um level 5. You'd
Start
have,
my dark descent.
and like it will get harder and harder to hit those highest and lowest numbers. Like
Yeah.
those aren't just, oh, you've stolen coins from someone's pocket every level for the past 4 levels. You're evil
Sinner.
now. Like, nah. So I will be thinking in depth on y'all's actions on these. I don't expect it to change too much, but I'm letting you know it can change. It absolutely can change. No one has claimed second yet. That surprises me. Although we're not on a thing that shows the podium, so.
Yeah. I don't see a podium.
Have you played with a podium?
No, not really.
So we're going to go on a complete tangent because I'm proud of
Okay.
this. It took me a couple days to set this up. But
Yeah.
so the 5 minutes before the stream starts, I'm sure you see the silver second
Yes.
channel point reward. That channel, specifically that channel point, actually starts off with as early game. It changes. That it's the same reward. You guys are literally redeeming the same reward. But in the first 5 minutes, it's early game. Then when the stream actually starts, it changed to first. When Noodle claimed it, it then changed to second after he claimed it. If someone claims second, it'll become third. If someone claims third, it'll become show support. Now,
How,
the
how
first
does
5,
one claim?
you just claim it like a channel point reward. You click on it and then you hit redeem. But the first 5 people that join the early gang get their icons along the bottom of the podium. The first 5 people that show support after the podium has been claimed get their icons along the bottom.
That
And then,
sounds
of course,
fancy.
first, second, and third on the podium. Like, I am very proud of that. I am so proud of that.
It sounds very fancy.
And eventually, I'm going to probably commission a better podium. And my thought is, like, I actually need to commission 3 animations. And I imagine, like, each podium, like, imagine, like, a building being imploded straight down, right? But in reverse.
Yeah.
So the construction cloud at the bottom, and it rises up, or like a magical pillar rising from the dirt, right? So
Yeah.
someone claims first, it does that one. Then when someone claims second, it plays the next segment of the animation, which is first is already there, and then second rises up. And then for third, the same thing. Oh! Look at that! Sir Scuttlebutt! Sir Scuttlebutt and Raiders, how are we doing today? You're scuttling on over! How was Elden Ring? Scuttle? How's Elden Ring been treating you? How we doing, Raiders? How's everyone doing today? We're just we're doing some D&D stuff. We've been having a conversation with Corey, Sir Hippo here,
Yes.
about his fighter in the D&D game we're setting up, which is due to kick off. I think on the 23rd. The 23rd is when session 1 is planning on happening.
Pretty good. It's fancy.
It's
Scutterbutt.
going
Now
low.
we have the entire
Kind of at a wall
conversation
right
over
now,
again.
but you're working through it. But let me tell you, I just know it. When you get past that wall, man, it's gonna feel so good, right? When you're playing any game and you hit a wall, and the moment you get around it, you're like, oh man, the accomplishment. D&D is going all right. I'm stretching out my session zeros, right? Not many people broadcast their session zeros, and because of that, I'm personally don't have any examples of exactly how, like, people talk about oh, in session 0 you talk about this thing and that thing and set a schedule, and well, that's fine telling me the kinds of things. I personally needed an example, and I couldn't find one. So, partially for myself, partially to get people hyped, I'm doing a series of session zeros. Our first session 0 was 2 weeks back. Last week, Sir Dragoon and I talked about his character. Tonight, we're talking about Sad Hippos, Corey's. We've got 3 more players we got to get through in the next 2 weeks, and then the actual campaign starts. So yeah, little bit slow. I was hoping to be on the 4th by now, but real life, right? But absolutely, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. I actually plan on having something set up better than just the siren. I actually want a raid scene, and I've got like sketches in my mind how I want it to go. I just need to have the initiative on a day that I have off to set that up. But fantastic. Thank you so much, Scuttle. Did a saint follow you in too? Do we have a saintly presence?
Finds.
Corey, just so you know, Sir Scuttlebutt here and Saint, both kind of stream in the same household.
Okay.
If I read it properly.
Wow. Two powers in the same room.
Yeah, Scuttle does like the I think Guitar Smith stuff. He's doing Elden Ring right now.
Okay.
You gotta
It's
look
fancy.
now. Gotta get some food and then head to bed. Absolutely. Food and sleep is super important. Thank you so much for the good wishes, and again, thank you for the raid. Absolutely. We don't have too much longer ourselves.
Yeah.
So far, Corey, do you have any questions so far? Have we mostly covered everything?
It's pretty good. The only thing I'm would be interested more in knowing is I think personally the world, but I feel like when we play the game, I'll get to know more about it and see because I don't want to be like the person like this is my person, this is my backstory, this is my tribe, deal with it. Now shove it in the world. Like I kind of want to make it like reasonable and kind of work with you on it.
Oh yeah.
So
and here's the thing: we are playing a module starting off, so
right.
It's not like I'm gonna add a troop of a troop of half orcs or orcs from your tribe.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now, so here's the tricky one on yours. You went with the I just want to get stronger kind of route, maybe. And until I see your character showing interest in, that might be good for the tribe. I want to look into that.
I can clarify by as I want to get stronger for the tribe.
Yeah, but
because my whole thing with my character is that you can say like brainwashed or like converted, like once he got switched and Brigitte took him in, and she changed how he thought about the tribe and deciding what he has to do.
Yeah,
that's his goal now. So
but
him getting sorry, go.
Currently, his goal is get stronger. Whether it's for the tribe or himself, his goal is get stronger. Other than throwing creatures at you, currently the only thing I can do is throw creatures at you to let you get stronger. So that's one tricky thing is until he starts interacting in the world and showing interest in part of going on his journey is to find things to help the tribe too, right? Get stronger for the 100%. Tribe, but then to be able to find stuff to send back or whatever.
Right. He'd be useful for the tribe to have.
Yeah. Until he starts interacting with stuff like that in his current state of mind, I don't have anything to really pepper in. So you might not see anything yet until I start seeing the character interact.
No, all right, that's fine.
Sure. I like Sir Ian. He and I kind of talked about like having a goal. His thought process is he wants to go glory and vengeance for his oaths. So he's like protecting others no matter the cost, and then kind of having a arch enemy kind of deal. Well, maybe not an arch enemy, but like I said vengeance. Vengeance is very like fight the greater evil. So he has, and I mentioned it to him for part of his things. I think abjure enemy as an action. You present your holy symbol, speak a prayer, choose one creature that you can see. Fiends and undead have disadvantage. So maybe the greater evil to him are fiends and undead.
Right.
So like he's almost kind of in the same boat as you get stronger, but he has a target. Like, I can drop in. There's a fiendish presence here, and that will immediately pique his character's interest. Whereas, as long as I'm throwing enemies at your character's happy to get stronger. For now.
Right. I also think the problem is, like, there's not like an evil like faction. I guess I didn't put in my backstory, right? It's my strife is with people that I think is already taken care of. So
you're just not getting stronger. So unless I like,
right?
Obviously, it won't be level 1, but like I drop your brother in somewhere, and your brother tracks you down,
or my father or something that's not dead,
or your father, right. Or maybe your mother,
right? Even. Who I don't even know who it is or what race she is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have 3 potentially unknown actors in the world that could drag up past details.
Also, like, I don't think my character is like thinks about the past that much. I don't imagine him like it's like, all right, next chapter, like, move on, now, just one day at a time.
Here is a question: how does your tribe react to other orc tribes?
So I read something about the tribe I chose because there was a bunch.
And yeah, if you take the tribe mentality, how would they react to, say, a tribe that's been uprooted and finding a new?
So I can try to find it, but like I think the whole thing of my tribe was my tribe's like pretty rare. Like, they don't like sending people outside of the borders.
Again, much like Skyrim.
Yes.
Skyrim orcs.
Where we don't send a lot of people outside the borders.
Yeah.
I could try to find it real fast.
But I mean, there's your tribe. So the chances of you encountering someone else from your tribe, pretty much 0, right? What about other tribes? What if you encounter another orc that is clearly from another tribal society that isn't part of you're gonna find yourself in Phandalin, right?
Yes.
There's an orc blacksmith, and he's clearly like in blacksmith clothes from an orc shopkeep, even, that's clearly wearing things that, like, I'm sure you occasionally get like traveling merchants in your tribe, right? They come up like, hey, we have wares. Do you want to trade some stuff? And like, you all might trade some skins for some tools or whatever. But they're clearly wearing a certain type of garb, right? They're clearly wearing non-tribal garb, right?
Right. So my instant reaction would be is that my gist I got from the tribe I chose is they're very much like isolated, right? They kind of keep to themselves. They don't see people outside that much. So I was saying, clearly, like, maybe it's like one or other tribe that we got along with that we're kind of fine with. But I think maybe besides that, like, he's not gonna like go outright start attacking him when he sees him, but like the tension will be up, right?
And that for any other orc, like I said, what if you encounter an orc shopkeep clearly wearing like more civilized, non-tribal garb, like, might have been part of a tribe, might have just made a life for himself or herself, I would assume.
I also imagine
how would you react to them versus, again, like, what if you see a hunting pack of orcs that are clearly part of a tribe? You might not know what tribe, but they're clearly part of a tribe. So just things to consider.
No, I get it, but I 100% get it. But like, I feel like my character generally, as I kind of said before, I think he's generally pretty much always on guard, right?
Pretty much always on guard.
Right. So like, and also for him, like, his whole thing is strength, right? Strength is strong, strength in himself, strength in the tribe. So like, I imagine like he's the guy, like, he like walks into a room, like, with the party, right? Into a bar or a tavern, for example. And he's gonna walk into a bar, and like, he may like couple down, like, 40 minutes later, he may start having drinks. But like, he walks in that bar, he's like looking like, all right, who's the big guy here, right?
Whose ass do I have to kick to be the big guy?
Like, all right, so right, yes, he's not like threatening people's ass and stuff, but like he's like always like watching. All right, so he's the one I gotta take care of. There's a fight. I'm on him.
Ooh, see, now you're making arguments. Back when you talked about your stats, perception, wisdom.
I know.
So
I know.
you got room to play with it. You have room to
I
play
do.
with it, and you could always put that dex into con and that con into wisdom and wisdom into dex and do a shuffle.
Yeah.
Both it'll drop your con, but it'll keep your it'll drop your con and dex, but you could really bump up that wisdom.
Yeah.
But you know what, your wisdom might not be that high. You could switch the two. There are ways.
Yeah.
There are ways.
There's ways around it. I'm not saying like I'm a great like scouting bird. I'm watching everything around. I walk in a room, I see the big guy. I'm like, okay.
You walk into the room, you do a cursory scan.
So shit breaks down. I know which one I'm fighting.
Two pipsqueaks start fighting in the corner, like, yeah, bar fight. You turn around, you know where the big guy's sitting, like, I'm coming for you, and he's just sitting there having a beer, like,
yeah.
What? Attack! You go after someone who's absolutely not interested in fighting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh man.
Great.
Oh man, this is gonna be hilarious.
He's not gonna understand what he did wrong. He's fine.
And
to test his strength.
No, he's been wondering about for about 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years.
So left at 16, wandering around 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's survival stuff too. That is a wisdom thing.
Mm-hmm.
But key thing, you do have to have a reason why you're in Phandalin. Why you're in Phandalin, why you might group up with these 4 other individuals. This Dragonborn, this human, this I think she's also human? No, she's an wait. Oh, this Kalshar. So human-esque. Human enough in this draft. No, what elf? She went what elf?
What elf?
So you got an elf, a human, 2 humans, and a dragonborn. You might be willing to team up with. Yeah. Right? And at least you have going for you, the dragonborn's gonna look beefy.
Yeah.
So there's that. You got that going for you.
Yeah. He looks beefy.
You might like the wood elf because of the hunter garb. The hunter and tribal guard of the druid and the ranger, maybe. So you got that going for you. But you do have
tiny elf.
You have to have a reason. Well, elf squishy, but elf also hunter garb.
Yes.
Now I can only imagine you not liking the wizard.
It's either gonna be like it's a like weakling, like funny, like weakling, like you can't protect yourself, so I guess I have to protect you, like or like what? Why are you here?
Yeah.
It depends on like personality wise how me and him are gonna get along. But I'm not gonna be like out like you pissed me off. I'm off as your head, Sir Wizard. It won't be like that. Maybe like he's gonna have like powerful spells, right? So maybe he'll convince me and show his strength with his spells.
Now, another thing I mentioned, if you want to already have a tie with another player, feel free. Maybe you already encountered one of these players' characters, and
that would be
kind of took a
interesting.
liking to him.
That would be interesting.
Which it seems like maybe either the druid or the ranger. No, you know what? Maybe you do like the wizard. You encountered the wizard. You helped him out in some way, and
Yeah.
now like you're kind of protecting him. Like
Yes.
he talks good, so he gets he gets the good
He
food.
hits squishies from back. I hit them up front.
And like consider like I'm not going to try to be the person keeping the party. I'm not gonna, oh, your character doesn't know why they're with the party. Here's a reason. I'm not gonna be that guy. I've
Right.
played in games where
That's
the character I was playing like couldn't find a reason to stay. They felt weak. They felt like they weren't contributing. He had a ancient creature turned into a stone that talked to him telepathically, that wants someone who will explore and get knowledge for it. Like they had reasons to leave.
right, and they left. I've played
So
games of
they
that
left.
before, sessions of that before too.
Yeah, so they left.
It's
And I brought in a new
yeah,
character. Yeah, so like that is an option. That is an option. Like if you really can't find a reason for your character to stay, maybe your character doesn't stay. But also keep me in the loop. Like if you're having
yeah,
trouble, we can have one of these one of these little talks and kind of chew the fat a little, right?
right.
Um uh what does each character like most about every other member of the party? So that might be like, what do you like most about them? What do you like least about them? It could be something to talk about um while you're sitting there and having a meal around a campfire at some point. Like, what? Why are you always thumbing through that book? Aren't you
Yeah,
smart
maybe
enough?
that's why I like Sean, because I can't read and he has books, so he's smart and he can read.
I mean, that's everyone else in the party though.
Yeah, but he has a lot of
Maybe not
books,
so
so
much the
he's good at
paladin.
reading.
Not so much the paladin as anyone else, but the paladin can still read. Maybe
Yeah,
not as, yeah,
yeah,
not the
but look,
best, but he can read.
but he has a lot of books, so therefore he's better.
Oh, so you like people with books?
Well, because they can read the books for me.
So maybe you're gonna end up relying on
Or
the wizard to
notes.
read for you rather than the, maybe we've just had a character change.
Maybe someone, whoever can read, I'm happy. Someone read my books for me, and someone read my papers. Someone tell me how to spell my name.
Now, like, it's no secret. It is no secret that a dragon has come into this area. So, maybe that could have drawn you towards Phandalin. The rumor that there's a dragon in the area,
Right,
and like that's a challenge. The
there's a challenge.
dragon scales, like any hide can be turned into armor. Imagine your elders wearing dragon hide, and just the status of that,
That's fair.
like for your whole tribe, like wearing certain things, like is status, right? You
100%. Especially in a tribe.
oh yeah, I mean, not just within the tribe, like for other tribes, right?
Oh yeah.
Like if like the strongest creature a clan member has killed being a dragon, like what other clans have had a member of its party kill a dragon?
This is not fair. There's multiple ways I can go with this character, which is
Oh yeah, and
enjoyable.
I'm looking forward to seeing it grow and me being able to plan things for it.
Because I played a character kind of like this before for really 2 weeks, and then the campaign exploded and everyone started fighting, and then we never got back together again. So this is a different version with different race, and different skill set, which I actually want to play because I never played the first one.
I keep doing a similar thing. That's why I like playing that's why I like playing like spellcasters so much. They're all kind of slight variations from each other.
Yeah, last
Right.
time I was a bugbear battle master when I tried to play that. So
All right, let me make
bugbears are
sure
so fun.
the lighting is all proper. Night vision effect none. Tint color dark, so you can tell dark vision from lighted vision. You're not emitting light. Okay, yeah, your character's pretty much set.
Yeah.
I forgot I made this whole little test area to test out the lighting. But yeah, all right. We are hitting up against 11, and for these games, I do plan on having a 11 o'clock cutoff, a hard 11 o'clock, for the people who do have to be at work in the morning. As much as I'd love to just play on and on, um, keep in touch with what you plan, Corey. All right. Um, if you
I
want
will.
to, feel free to talk to your other players. If you guys think it's a cool idea to have an existing connection with each other, feel free. Just let me know. That way I know what's going on when session 1 hits. All right.
Okay.
Um, I think that's gonna do it. And as we were rated, I think it is only fitting that we return the favor. Who do we got doing what today? Who do we have doing what? Da, da, da. We have Emmy USB playing Dragon Quest. We've got Casual playing his My Summer Car. D-Real James doing some Elden Rings. And we got Android Like Mary doing Minecraft. You know what? We got rated by an Elden Rings. I dare say we got an Elden Rings from. Let's give an Elden Rings 2, shall we? Elden Rings giveth, and it shall receiveth again. So, I would deeply appreciate it if I think you're yep, there you are. I would deeply appreciate it if everyone would stick around for the raid. Make sure to tell D-Rail James, that we hope he has a capricious night. Thank you all. Thank everyone for coming. A special thank you to Sad Hippo for both the resub, the second month in a row, and for the gifted sub that he gave to Dragoon Spartan. And a thank you and a very welcome hello to Scuttlebutt for the raid, and a hello to all you raiders, and all you hosted viewers. I didn't forget about you. I did not forget about you. But we're going to end it up here. Absolutely. Tomorrow. Oh, before I forget, um, tomorrow is Skyrim. I do it with crowd control. So if anyone wants to cause some absolute chaos while I'm trying to beat Skyrim for the first time, feel free to join then. Next week is hopefully going to be 2 more character one-on-ones. Hopefully we can get Miss Dragoon and Butterfly Noodle going. But until then,